Welcome to the training video on how to correctly order blood products in Paragon at Ohio Health Oblentis Hospital. In order to order a blood product on a patient, you would log in to Paragon into Web Station for a Physician and go to CPOE and then go to search. In this case, we'll order packed red blood cells, so we can search for blood. And as you can see, we get quite a bit back. So it's better to go to order sets and say blood, red blood cells, transfusion orders. We have transfusion orders here with pre-meds, without pre-meds, blood cultures. We're going to come over and add this to our favorites list. So we have the blood transfusion orders. Click on the order set. It's very important to use the order set when ordering blood in Paragon. There are fields in the order set that need to be filled in that the clerks or the nurse will transcribe into the order so that it flows to the H-Lab system and to the blood bank system. So in this case, it needs to know how many units do you want to transfuse. We're going to give 2. Has no special needs, and as you can see, these are radio buttons, so you will only be able to choose 1. Transfuse as soon as possible, today or tomorrow. If a type-in screen is needed, you can order one here. The type-in screen is good for 3 days, and it's good for as many units of blood as you may need to give the patient during that 3-day period. You don't need to do anything with these 2. So we are going to order a type-in screen on our patient. We haven't already got one ordered or an active one. We're going to click on Submit. Since there is no order for medication in there, we are not prompted to use our badge. We can also do fresh frozen plasma, FFP. As you can see, we always want to use the order set. So in this case, we got the fresh frozen plasma order set. This case is asking how many units, and it works exactly the same way. I'm going to pause now, and I'm going to go over to the nursing side and show you what the clerk sees so you can understand how these orders are processed. Nurses and clerks work in 2 areas of Paragon. Floors work in clinical care station, and the emergency department works off of the emergency department tracking board. If you've placed orders for blood in the emergency department, on the tracking board you'll see a little thing that looks like a notebook under orders, and if you hover over it, you'll see that there is an order to transfuse this patient. The clerk or the nurse must double click on that order, open up order management, process these order management orders. So in this case, you can see that they can see we've got transfused 2 units, irradiated, and transfused as soon as possible. And really they're going to move that information, those 3 pieces of information, into this RBC product order in order for all of the information to go over to H-Lab correctly. Okay. So they just need to say OK to these, and OK. This is an order to print the education and the consent. And then finally, they will get to the RBC product order. And if they just say OK, this window will open, but they can also click on the variable data. But when they say OK or click on the variable data, they will see this window here. So they need to transcribe at this point what has been chosen by the physician, transfuse as soon as possible, and they need to say OK. That order now has gone to lab. So it's very important to know that blood and blood products that the physician or the nurse as a verbal order, protocol order, or the resident or intern will place the order, and then either the nurse or the clerk must process the order in order management work queue, and for it to go to the H-Lab system and the blood bank. Once the order's been processed, and it's the same for both the floor and the emergency room, it will print labels in the lab, let them know that they need to come and get the blood started. Thank you.